Choosing the right association management software. Wow, it can really feel like a high-stakes decision, can it? I mean, get it right, and your organization just hums along. But if you get it wrong, you could be looking at months, maybe even years of serious operational headaches. So today, we're going to break down two of the big contenders, ClubRunner and ClubExpress, to give you the clarity you really need.
Hey there, I'm a digital marketing associate with SmartThoughts. We're a software advisement firm, and honestly, our entire mission is to help leaders just like you navigate these really complex tech decisions with a whole lot more confidence. All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll do a quick flyby of both platforms. Then we're going to dive deep into what makes each one really shine, their core strengths. After that, we'll get real about their limitations, but we'll frame them as key trade-offs you need to think about. From there, I'll hand you the exact questions you should be asking your own team. And finally, we'll wrap up by talking about making that choice and, where to look if neither of these feels like the perfect fit.
Okay, let's meet our two contenders. To really get what they're about, we have to start with their core philosophy. This is like the DNA of the software, and trust me, it influences every single feature and design choice that follows.
Okay, check this out, because this slide really frames the whole conversation. Think of ClubExpress as your Swiss Army knife. It's this versatile, all-in-one platform built for small to mid-sized associations that kind of need a little bit of everything. On the flip side, you've got ClubRunner. That's your specialist tool. It is laser-focused on a very specific purpose, with these super deep integrations for groups with federated structures like Rotary clubs. And you can see right there how their target markets and member sizes line up perfectly with these two different approaches. So, now that we get their core philosophy is, let's see how that actually plays out in the real world. What does that Swiss Army knife do really, really well? And where does the specialist tool absolutely knock it out of the park? Let's dig in. With ClubExpress, its power really is that all-in-one integration. It seriously cuts down on manual work by pulling your website, your member database, and all your events under one roof. The focus on member self-service is also a huge win. It just lowers your admin burden. And this last point here is brilliant for volunteer groups. It's designed so you can safely hand off tasks to committee chairs without giving them the keys to the entire kingdom. And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. This user review from Software Advice just says it all. ClubExpress replaced 2 systems and has reduced manual processing considerably. That is a real-world impact that saves a ton of time and, let's be honest, a lot of frustration. Now, let's look at ClubRunner. Its strengths are all about deep specialization. I mean, that direct database sync with Rotary International, it's an absolute game changer for those clubs, basically wiping out duplicate data entry. Its whole structure is built to handle multi-tiered models, clubs, districts, zones, right out of the box. And maybe most importantly for its user base, the customer support is consistently rated 5 out of 5. That's a critical lifeline, especially for volunteer admins. And here's the proof. This testimonial from a Rotary Club user nails it. The system is excellent for keeping our club well-organized and integrated with Rotary International. This just goes to show how powerful that niche focus can be when it lines up perfectly with what an organization needs. Okay, so we've seen the highlight reel. Now it's time to look at the other side of the coin, the limitations and, more importantly, the key trade-offs. How we frame this part is super important for your evaluation. So listen up, because this is crucial. These aren't flaws. They're not necessarily deal breakers. They are deliberate design choices. Every strength comes with a trade-off, and your job is to figure out if those trade-offs work for your organization's specific needs. For ClubExpress, being the Swiss Army knife definitely has its costs. Reviewers point to a pretty steep learning curve for new admins, with one person calling it very frustrating. A whopping 83% of users found the member database to be cumbersome. And 63% felt the website templates just looked a bit dated and lacked modern customization. That's often the price you pay for a system that's packed with features. This critical review from Software Advice, well, it kind of sums up that user sentiment pretty bluntly. They are all about jamming in features with little thought about design and functionality. It really highlights that tension between having tons of capabilities and having a system that's easy and pleasant to use every day. Now, ClubRunner's trade-offs are a direct result of its specialization. Its functional depth is limited. It's just not built for, say, complex conference management or advanced CRM needs. And obviously, those deep Rotary features are completely irrelevant if you're not a Rotary group. And because simplicity is the name of the game, customization is pretty minimal. It is a specialist tool, not a flexible all-purpose workshop. So with all those strengths and trade-offs laid out, how in the world do you decide?
Well, it all comes down to asking the right questions about your own association. So let's walk through the critical questions you absolutely have to answer.
First off, how complex is your membership structure? Are we talking simple, straightforward annual tiers, or are you juggling intricate bundles, family memberships, and all sorts of complicated renewal rules?
Second, and this one is a huge differentiator between these two, do you need multi-chapter or federation capabilities? Is your organization one single body, or are you actually a network of chapters or clubs that need to be managed and synced from a higher level?
Next up, what's your event management complexity? Are you just running simple monthly meetings that need online registration? Or are you putting on multi-day conferences with complex ticketing, breakout sessions, and sponsor management? And finally, is integration with other systems essential for you? I mean, do you rely on a specific accounting tool like QuickBooks, or a learning management system, or some other critical piece of software that absolutely has to talk to your AMS? Answering those questions is really the first big step toward clarity. Now, let's talk about making that final choice and, more importantly, how to avoid the common pitfalls we see organizations stumble into all the time. You know, having guided over 200 associations through this exact same process, we've seen where things can go sideways. And there's one critical pitfall that comes up again and again, and it's something most organizations just don't see until it's way too late. And here it is. This is the crucial point. Most associations completely overlook the hidden operational costs of a platform that doesn't truly fit their workflow. It's not about the monthly subscription fee. It's about the countless hours your staff or your volunteers are going to waste on manual workarounds because the software is fighting them every step of the way. Look, both of these platforms can serve associations very well, but finding the right fit is nuanced. To get some expert, unbiased guidance, you can book a totally free 30-minute consultation with us. We'll help you figure out which platform really aligns with your budget, your structure, and your plans for growth. Just visit us at smartthoughts.net. And hey, if you're not quite ready for a call, but you want to keep digging, we've got you covered. You can explore our AMS Vendor Finder to see what other options are out there, or you can read more in-depth reviews right on our website. Just remember, having the right information is the key to making the right choice for your association's future.